to the left. Good. 5, 4, and over. 3, 4, 5, 6, step. 1. I'm Dr. S. Wray. I'm a choreographer, sometimes known as a performance architect. I'm an academic. I write about dance now. And I also direct in terms of theatre, physical theatre. I'm also an associate professor at the University of California, Irvine. And my final title, I might say, is I'm the creator of embodiology. So a few years ago, I decided to work on my PhD. And at the beginning of this study, I was really interested at the intersection between technology and improvisation. And so the beginning part of the inquiry, I started to look at research on improvisation. And lo and behold, I could find little to nothing that was written about improvisation from a perspective of African and African American and African diasporan dance. There was virtually zero. So embodiology is a theory, it's a practice, it is an analytical tool. So once one has an understanding of embodiology and its principles, one can then use it to understand phenomena that has improvisation within its practice. It has become the space where I am continually inquiring about the relationship not just between music and dance, but actually between the dancing body and time. For us all, we all have imaginations, but do we use it as a sense in our daily lives? That's the question. And the idea of amplifying our use of our imagination. So the kinds of things that we've been doing in the class have been quite wide-ranging, from looking at indigenous cultures and values. We've also looked at properties of breathing. We've also looked at dance in other societies. So, you know, the ethnographic space is something that I find interesting. So the students, I think, have been very, very engaged and asking some very interesting questions. The jazz classes I'm teaching here at Bates have been great because we've been able to work with live music, which I don't always have the opportunity to, but it means that the class can be much more responsive. So it really was born out of a desire to connect the music back to the dance, because that, for me, is one of the major misgivings about jazz dance, is that it no longer is perceived as an art form that connects with jazz music. The students have really taken to these new ideas, and I think some of these ideas are new for the students because many either haven't engaged with jazz or have a certain jazz practice which is codified a particular way in the studio setting, pulling on a lot of African-based movements which stem from African-American vernacular vocabulary, Afro-Cuban movements, use of the spine that's about fluidity and, again, groundedness, kind of developing their rhythmic dexterity and their ability to change direction at speed, their ability to create space and stop. So I think the students have really plunged in, and it's been really a great pleasure to see them moving in these ways, which they have access to, and they've knitted it together very quickly.